Grace, thinking about grace and how it helps us to overcome obstacles in life. It opens the path. It inspires us. It impels us forward. It gives us courage to persist. It gives us deep, nourishing inspiration. It suffuses our body-mind with extraordinary and even divine energy. It awakens our subtle perception, illuminates our capacity to see deeply and understand the esoteric, what is hidden and concealed, what is hyper-technical, what is ordinarily inaccessible to the usual mind. It is the Swatantriya Shakti, the potency of freedom. When it enters into any constricted human situation, it transforms and expands that circumstance, and it liberates us from extraordinary burdens, contractions, and difficulties, different kinds of scrapes that we get into in life. We pray for grace. And one of the ways that we pray for grace is simply by doing our Neelakantha meditation practice. Because we're attuning to the realm where grace perpetually surges and shines, where that liberative energy of consciousness is continuously burgeoning and available and powerful, fresh and accessible to us in our life. It's an invisible force, but it is as much a force of the universe as gravity or whatever else you want to talk about. It is just a force of the subtle dimensions of the universe rather than the physical dimensions of the universe. Just as light moves in a certain kind of way in the physical world, so too does the liberative grace of reality move through and into all limited circumstances. And it allows us to rise and to succeed through circumstances of great trouble, that would otherwise perhaps even as much as destroy us and take us down. It is always available. It is just a question of knowing how to tune into it and access it. It's when you touch that place where grace and the living Shakti abides inside you in the most powerful way, you can feel the intensity of the current. It is a palpable thing. It's not just something imaginary. There's a palpable sense of connecting into an extraordinary circuit of divine intensity that flows into our whole body-mind and that begins to rearrange everything that's inside us. All of the kundalini, the chakras, all of that is the motor of all of that. The engine of all of that is grace itself, the awakening of grace. And grace protects us in terms of our choices. Sometimes it may be that our karma dictates that we go one way, and yet under many circumstances, however much in the sort of iron-fisted law of karma, we're doomed to follow a particular path. When grace enters into the circumstance, we are in fact permitted a graceful alternative that leads us into the light, where there seems to be failure, where there seems to be impossibility, where there seems to be extraordinary dilemmas of life, where there seems to be no way out, where there seems to be certain catastrophe or suffering or a certain kind of exquisitely painful circumstance of life. When grace flows into that, then something else stands revealed. The rising up of that natural knowledge inside that guides us and that really guides us through all these complicated circumstances of life. So too, that is a form of grace as well.